Welcome back to Suncoast View. So they say blondes have more fun, and I'd like to think that is true, but one of the biggest hair color trends right now is red. But achieving that right shade can be tricky, so we're asking the professionals for some advice. Pleas is the owner of Cutting Loose Salons, and she is here to talk about this red trend. How fun!
I know, it is fun, and it's great to see some new colors coming back, right?
Well, because people used to despise their red hair. I had friends that, you know, were mad about it all the time, and now people are making an awesome choice. Where did this come from?
Well, I think a lot of it is like the iconic redheads that we see on TV, like Deborah Messing, which is a natural redhead. But did you know that Emma Stone and Amy Adams are actually blondes that color their hair reds because it looks amazing?
It does look absolutely amazing. But I always wonder when I see something, you know, in Hollywood or on social media from the stars, is it feasible for us? So is going red something we could do and be able to keep it up?
Well, I think the best thing about reds is it really can suit anybody. You just have to find the right tone for the skin. So general rule is like strawberry blondes, peaches are great on pale skin.
Okay.
The vibrants and rubies, a little darker, deeper skin tone. But the gingers and coppers can go on everybody.
And there's so many words you just used, ruby and ginger and copper. Gosh, I was just calling it red. So this is very fun.
I think that's the thing to remember is like there are so many different shades of red. So you're right, getting it right takes a professional using good products, and we're going to share a little bit on how to maintain it because just like our blondes, we have to maintain our reds.
Okay, so let's meet a couple of newly redheads, which I think is just stunning. We're going to start with Ashlee. Ashlee came from a very, very light blonde, as you are seeing. So tell us a little bit about Ashlee's natural color versus where you were able to take her to.
Well, I don't know what Ashlee's natural color is because...
And we wouldn't tell. We don't tell.
Ashlee is one of our amazing reservationists, and she's been many colors. She rocked platinum for many years and wanted to become a redhead. But you can see in her pale skin, she started out as a strawberry blonde, went a little bolder. Okay. Then last week, Cassidy came in and gave a head full of baby lights, which we're seeing so much of, to give her dimension. But I have a feeling she might be going back to, her way back to blonde.
Show me some of those lights in her hair. So we've got kind of the red tone.
So you can see all the dimension. Right. The red is the base, and then Cassidy just put some beautiful baby lights in there. So as long as you're going to a professional and using good products, you can change your tone often. You don't have to stay with one color. So Ashlee's a perfect example of that. But
and I feel skin tone, you've hit it, Ashlee. I apologize for saying this, but as a fellow pale-skinned person, I think I can say it looks really nice and natural against your pale skin. So I think that was a nice choice in terms of tone. All right, Ashlee's holding something too.
Oh, yes.
So this has to be something important you're going to tell us about.
So we use Goldwell color, and for Ashlee, the best way to do it is with a colored conditioner. And with this one, it is a vibrant color, but you can make it any tone by mixing it with a conditioner. So I love it so you can use it as the intense copper that it is or lighten it with a conditioner.
What about upkeep?
Well, for maintenance, Ashlee doesn't have any sparkles yet, but that's not her natural tone, so it is, you still have to touch up the new growth.
Yeah, okay.
But not as big of a line as demarcation as if you had sparkles.
Right, or quite honestly, my natural hair is pretty dark. I get a line of demarcation, as Coral knows all my secrets, so, it doesn't sound like that color would be any more difficult than for most of us to upkeep.
No. Okay, the maintenance is probably less than.
All right, well then let's talk about a different gorgeous tone. What would you call, is that a copper? What would you refer to this?
I think both of our ladies rock ginger and copper well. So Lola was a blonde forever, but like many blondes had a challenge keeping the brassiness out. And as you can see, she has a lot of warm undertones. So shortly after COVID, she came in and was ready for a new, quarantine, a new you. And she went into a redhead, and I can't imagine her being a blonde again.
Lola, I would have never known you had not always been a redhead with your skin tone. It's stunning. Coral, tell us about the process when you come in with a full head of blonde hair and say, I want to be a redhead. I mean, is this immediate, or do we have to go through several visits?
Listen, Stephanie, I think that's the best thing that we all need to know is it's a journey. It took you a journey to be a blonde. It takes a journey to get you to be a redhead.
That's what happens when you bring your hairstylist on.
it takes a journey. But for Lola, she does have sparkles, so we're touching up the new growth to cover the sparkles. And again, also dimensional color. Balayage blonde with a low light of a deeper copper, and then a ginger glaze over the whole thing. So, you know, there is a process to be able to get to be a beautiful redhead.
And I feel like dimension is a word that is really making everybody's hair so special. It's not just about grabbing a bottle and turning your hair red, because then it's only one color. Yeah, you are incorporating many colors. I see Lola has a favorite product. Tell us about that.
So now this is great.
Oops, sorry. That's okay.
This is great because this is the root touch-up.
Oh.
So it has a little sponge
that's
that you dip on and touch up the, you know, the part and around the hairline. But look at that beautiful shade. It's very natural looking, where some of them can be a little intense.
Okay, so now those of us on other colors who would like to touch roots, is that something that
they're in every color? So they're great.
All right, that's
blondes,
a fun little
brunettes.
hit. All right,
yes.
Great. You ladies look lovely. I have seen the red trend everywhere, but quite honestly have been a little bit worried about upkeep and just maintenance. So if we do make a hair color change like this, do we need to make sure we talk to you about changing our routines and our products?
Well, the routines and products, but also really looking at your makeup and your clothing. Of course, we wear a lot of black, but looking at the color tones that you're wearing. But like I said, the gingers and the coppers is the most flexible. Like, it really looks great with, you know, many colors and even makeup.
I'm tempted. That's all I'm going to say. I'm tempted. It would be very, very fun.
The best thing is, Stephanie, for blondes like us, like Ashlee, that's how she started. She just did a semi-permanent strawberry blonde, which was beautiful. But it washes out. It shampoos out. So there is a way to try it on without committing to it.
I love that idea, because it is a commitment. So the fact that you could do something fun for a couple of months and then transition into more permanent is awesome. All right. Great hair care and color ideas from Coral and Cutting Loose, and some beautiful models as well. If you're tempted, I know people that can make it happen, and you can find them by going to cuttingloose.net. We'll be right back.